Hello and welcome to the channel, One Take Narrations, with me, Lubjub. If you haven't read the description, this is me doing narrations in one take. Because, why not, you know? So anyway, this is me narrating chapter 1 of my story Isakant. And it is called Former Postal Manager MC. Normality, I thought. It's been 8 years since I felt it last. I was the manager of TPP, or the Terran People's Postal Service. I never wanted anything materialistic, just the simple pleasures of hitting other places here and there throughout the year. I had a visit to Eddington planned for the winter. It was only 8 days away. My sodding luck, I thought, and let out a sigh. My Will Terror was filled to the brim with all the good stuff, like Cranky J's Havre Bites and Fizzy Pops, every flavour you can savour. Nothing like a bottle of lychee cream to wash your meal down with. As I was rambling, it drew the attention of a nearby MP. Friendly bunch, despite the ever so slightly unnerving grins and continuous bouncing on those powerful spring legs. Are you thinking, impies? What illegal things are you on, mate? I have not consumed anything legal or questionable, pal. We have new neighbours here, thanks to the big collision of 2040. Rizianity, Ulam, Daism, Hanuism, and Bodoism had the right idea of praying to invisible deities. They went and bloody showed themselves, and disappeared in almost the same amount of time. Well, at least that's what it felt like, but it's hard to count time when faced with incoming disaster. It was surprising that a few hundred gods were far from special. Can you believe there was a god of sources, for example?
I definitely did not,
snorted Cumble, one of the impies bouncing around manically near a delectably tempting red tamaro plant patch grown in the fields. Good to see you out and about, Kungle. Hope the wife is well. A quick nod, and off he goes, bouncing on his merry way. The god among gods, Cyrilia. She was the very thing the religions preached and prayed to. The creator of all we know, the world we live in, the fabric of reality. A surprisingly poor health and safety executive. Her technicians fell asleep watching the primordial CCTV, or circumventing calamity transcendental vision for the uneducated. Like normal CCTV cameras, only instead of watching your Auntie Maria's store in the neighbourhood, it's making sure nothing blows up or is consumed by some notorious unnamed space monster. That sort of thing. That was a big oops for us on Terra, and our new friend over on Malachor. The planet adjacent to us that Cyrilia muttered at during my reincarnation like a broken record. Weren't supposed to know each other existed. A list that the gods wrote and agreed on. Though it's mostly focused on heavenly rule numero uno. They cannot join the space club until they earn the privilege to do so. Cyrilia and the other gods claimed they gave their all to fix the hot mess, merging worlds instead of rebuilding back the way they were, which doesn't exactly give that impression.
Terra Humes, my beloved bunch.
You are destined for eternal peace. I made your world soft as mallow after I spent a few million years getting over my ex. Mark, oops, and created some rather inhospitable locales. Come on, I cannot keep showing you how to fix the CCTV, Leah. You do not have to worry about Mel Belfine from Godly Relations. She is just a friend. It was rude not to comment on her astrogram page. I have no idea what any of that meant, since the Great and Mighty rebuilt me, starting with my ears, then proceeded to knit the pieces together, leaving my mouth until the end. I couldn't exactly ask her to repeat it. Who would have thought the gods handled all the races? The gods had a club in the far, far back days. Every third Monday throughout the year, where they built up thousands of us at a time, eventually planted them down to go off on their merry way. Slowly, my vision returned. The walls, floors, and ceilings shifted, twisted, and turned continuously. These were not meant for simpletons viewing. The only thing in the room not making me want to impale my eyes was the curious golden tin floating mid-air. It radiated a gentle, glowing warmth as it was opening and closing. When I was functional enough to move a little, I glided over to take a better look. Some sort of branding was on the side of it. Piri Piri Helios Inc. The sun's out, buns out. Cyrilia noticed my gaze and bellowed.
Piri Piri Helios was the name of my cousin, a genius designer, but a meanie to be around. The aftermath of an Omega-tier giant star going supernova from one of his drunken party games can elevate some fantastic materials. Stardust made needles and threads. Let us gods make every race across the cosmos. Isn't that amazing?
Nope. It's not easy hearing your entire existence was hand-built by nutjobs. Well, now you're all ready to go, my special little sausage.
Make sure to accept your newfound gift before you leave.
Nice, shiny, sentient system. 2.0. New and improved. Go on, start selecting. A blue window formed and grew in front of my eyes. It began scanning, eventually causing little boxes to automatically fill it up with stats and descriptions. Like one of those characters in an RPG game. Name. Age, 27. Health. If it drops to 0, well, you won't be the hero. The default HP is set to 100. Auto changes depending on the class selected. Class? Better pick wisely. Every class is different, filthy casual. Choose from the list. Level? Oh, everyone starts somewhere. 1. Kaha. Luth? Build it up. The more you have, the deadlier, or more helpful. Availability shown based on class chosen. Strength? Hit stuff harder, lift heavier, and carry more stuff, I guess. 4. Dexterity? How good is your handwriting? Better keep an eye on this if you want to make things properly. 8. Agility? Are you quick or not? Hurry up! 8. Vitality. Try how to dodge or block. There are monsters outside the settlement. Why are there monsters? We'll finish this tutorial and read the FAQ FFS. 10. Wisdom. If you are smart enough, this would be higher, and you, yes you, would have already finished already. 6. Skills? Whoa, you want to be a more functioning member of society? Pick a starter skill to fish together, crafted, or maybe even cooking. Bird meat should not be medium rare in the middle. Tap the box and pick from the list. Abilities? Don't like to do wizardly stuff? Then Kaha is your friend. Use your Kaha to power things in fights, like creating so many shields that you can never feel your love's touch again, and disappearing into shadows to do things. More! Abilities are shown upon class selection. Arts? Up there with meatheads, not me. Read away text and bring natural things to a fight with Luth. Use your inner Luth to make things like fireballs, lightning storms, and healing. Also shown upon class selection. Examining myself, it was noticeable for sure. I'm looking a little more athletic and packing a little less festive girth around the waist since I was rebuilt. How could this look down the line, hovering over the screen and pressing various buttons? A squire class. Uses swords and shields. Sounds kind of cool. Remembering everything that had led up to this point, however. Nah, I'm good, I thought, taking deep breaths. I cannot accept this. I just want my normal life back. The words sternly exited my mouth. I just died, and then was rebuilt before my own eyes, and now I feel pressured into going along with this idea of this sentient system on me. And that's a wrap. My god, some of those are actually flipping brutal to say once your mouth starts going dry. I'm going to do chapter 1.5 next. Thanks for listening.